With the onset of the rains, the majority of the population has a problem lurking around. Epidemics strike, property is destroyed and lives are lost. The rains are no longer seen as a blessing, but as the start of another problem. Do we really point the finger without extra considerations? And how can we come up with a solution?
We went across the country taking pictures of litter and illegal dumping sites, and we would put them on our Facebook page, and we would also boost those pages by running ads.
As the photos went viral, the general public blamed the local government as it took time for the governments to come up with an immediate action. Time was of the essence.
Mostly you find that however much we can clean the environment, tomorrow it will be dirty. So it is more of education we do to the public so that they can see the importance of waste management.
It's therefore dawned on them that they had to do something collectively.
We believe that it's not the responsibility of just the government to take care of the litter. Individuals, they have a responsibility too, because they are the ones who litter. Organizations, they also have a responsibility. We have seen some of them, they do illegal dumping, and also they can be able to use their systems to be able to talk to their employees so that they do not litter.
The problem was to engage the public against improper dumping of the domestic, industrial and medical waste. Illegal dumping would later end up choking water bodies and drainage systems.
If we continue littering, things like plastics and polythene bags and those kind of things all over, these things will at the end of the day end up in our water systems, in our water supply. They'll end up in our food, they'll end up everywhere. And it will be harder to clean these things. It will eat up on our economy.
These litters have health hazards. They are breeding places for mosquitoes, cockroaches, rats, which may bring some of the diseases.
To celebrate 1 year since the inception of Clean Up Kenya, the group, which was able to incorporate other corporate members of the society, including local governments, schools, medical facilities, banking institutions, business people, NGOs and volunteers from across the country came up and spearheaded a cleanup exercise in Limuru town.
We have started all the way from the school gate, and we are heading up to Limuru. That's where we shall do the final cleanup, after which we shall proceed to the school, whereby there will be competition or tournament.
The exercise involved collecting inorganic litter which dotted the area. This included plastic containers, paper bags and wrappers, hair extensions, sponges, sack materials, bottle tops, batteries, clothing, just to mention but a few. Such materials, when poorly disposed of, have dire consequences in our ecosystem in the long run.
As a county, we are serious and committed in ensuring that the environment is clean. Matters waste management, because clean towns are going to spur economic growth. Investors are willing to invest in clean towns. We have come here today to partner with Clean Kenya in awareness creation and enhancing participation of the youth and especially the school children in raising awareness on the need of clean environment.
What we want to do is, one, increase environmental awareness, educate more people, get people more involved, psyched up on the environment, because at the end of the day, climate change is real. It's affecting all of us. We are seeing its effects in terms of the weather patterns and all. We only have one earth, and we want to just secure our home.
At the end of the exercise, the difference was noticeable, even from afar. The lawn, the roadsides, even in the drainage lines.
Nimetoka Narok County, nilikuwa nimepitia hapa Limuru kidogo, na jambo yenye nimepata leo imenifurahisha. Kwa sababu sisi tukiwa wananchi ama the public, Tumezoea tabia ya kutupatupa uchafu, kama ni wivu umeshuka nywele yako, hizo pisi umetolewa zinatupwa. Unanywa maji yako badala ya kuiweka zile nini vizuri unazitupa. So sisi wenyewe ndio tunaharibu environment yetu. Tunaanza kulalamika drainage imeblokiwa kwa sababu gani? Kwa sababu yetu sisi wenyewe tunatupa.
Most the people that I'm seeing around are school going children. Those are the majority around, and if they are sensitized from the early stages and their early age to be clean and keep the environment clean, we'll have a cleaner place and cleaner Limuru in the near future.
But is trash really that bad?
We need to appreciate litter. Litter is not all that we'd say like it's very okay. Yes, it makes the environment not look very clean, but we can make something positive out of litter. We have these days now we find that we can be able to make furniture out of litter, that you can use old tires, make tables, make chairs. Also with litter we can be able to generate power, electricity, and we've seen that in like Turkey. Also like when you look of in terms of the post that were used on the roadside, it's more now they are posts that have made out of litter, out of plastics and all that, and you find that they are not prone to vandalism or get affected by termites and all that. So
we have a program. There's an industry established in Thika called pyrolysis. Pyrolysis will utilize all. You find that 90% of our waste are either plastics or polythene. The company will be utilizing all the polythene papers that are around and the plastic papers to manufacture petroleum out of it and to make carbon black. Carbon black is an alternative for charcoal and it will be rather cheaper.
We have very many tea industries around here that are using firewood. That one is also degrading our environment. So we are going to have alternative cheap oil, furnace oil for those industries. And then it will be a win-win situation because we are also going to remove the plastic menace from our environment. The investor is paying 5 shillings a kilo for every kilo, 5 shillings. And it doesn't matter the type of plastic. All plastics are being collected. Even the polythene that are not recyclable because of the small microns. And transportation is provided for by the investor.
So there are many opportunities that are coming up which suit the youth. Moreover, we may end up having cleaner societies. If the idea is adopted, the society would be a better place to live in.
What we are going to do is that we will go around the country, and when we go to a town, we are going to try and shut it down so that the people who live there, as well as the organizations that operate in that area, they can be able to come out on a given Saturday, and for 2 hours, everybody will be involved in just doing nothing but cleaning their neighborhoods.
Genesis chapter 2, God commissioned man to cultivate and guard the earth, a mandate that we are bound to adhere to.
I came in obedience to that because we know that the Word of God says that when we disobey any of His commands, it's a sin. But I want to speak to the Christian out there. When we don't take care of our environment, we are disobeying what God ordered us to do. And so I'm calling on us to be actually obedient to this word and keep our environment as clean as possible.